Ghana Talks Radio in a mix. In a mix.
The best music in the world. The best.
Best music.
My favorite station.
Ghana Talks Radio. Get it big, get it here. Listen to all your live mixes, live radio programs, and live entertaining and news package programs right here from GTR. Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big.
Yes. Cool.
More music.
Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big. This is big. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR. GTR.
I don't so much.
GTR News. GTR News.
Good afternoon. It's time for the afternoon news right on Ghana Talk Show. I go by the name Regina Blessing. Moving to some headlines. Keep schools open despite strike by teachers. GES2 headmasters. Former toll booth workers demo comes off today. This and more stories coming up.
GTR News. GTR News.
The Ghana Education Service has directed heads of senior high schools to mobilize their management teams to ensure the safety and well-being of all students in schools. GS further directed heads of basic schools not to shut down their facilities despite the ongoing strike by teachers. This comes off after the leadership of all various teacher unions in the pre-tertiary education sector embarked on a nationwide strike in response to government's failure to grant them a 20% cost of living allowance amid the current high inflation rate and increases in the price of goods and services, among others. The Ghana Education Service says it has invited the striking teachers for a meeting to discuss the development and the way forward. The GES further urged parents and guardians to remain calm following the industrial action taken by 4 teacher unions. Meanwhile, the Ghana TVET service says its teaching personnel are not part of the strike being carried out by the 4 teacher unions. According to the service, their teachers are at post providing the needed skills and training to students. Moving to our next story. Former toll booth workers demo comes off today. Members of the Ghana Toll Workers Union will today embark on a protest to demand their reassignment and payment of 6-month salary arrears from the government. The over 600 workers were disengaged following a directive by government to halt the collection of tolls on roads and bridges across the country. Despite an assurance to reassign them and pay their salary arrears, the toll workers say they are yet to receive salaries since January this year. The first vice president of the union, Richard Amati, said they are hopeful the protest will yield the necessary result. The government owes us by their promise, so the government should do the right thing and settle this matter once and for all, he added. The toll workers were relieved of their jobs following a directive by the government in November 2021 to suspend the collection of tolls on roads and bridges in the country. On the back of this, the government promised to pay affected workers until they are reassigned. However, the workers say they are yet to be trained and reassigned to other jobs. Moving to our next local story. Floodwaters take over part of Accra after downpour. Roads submerged. Floodwaters have taken over major streets in Accra and some homes following heavy rain on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. Portions of the Central Business District, Kwame Nkrumah Interchange, Sahara Odani, Shiashi, Mataheko, Kaneshi, First Light, among other areas, were all not spared by the floodwaters. Some persons took to social media to express their frustrations at the level of flooding in the capital city, as it seems to have become an annual ritual.
GTR News. GTR News.
So as we all saw, the flood of today, actually the rain of today, some areas of the Accra got flooded. So I don't know what the government can do about that. And others are saying this is not a matter of government, it's a matter of ourselves. Because the way we dump rubbish here and there, it's making the flooding very serious. So at least we should also put that into consideration. So moving to our next story. Docket on man who attempted to use daughter for money ritual to be presented to AG. Police investigators on the case of the businessman who allegedly attempted using his 11-year-old daughter for ritual purposes say they hope to present a duplicate docket on the case to the Attorney General for advice. The investigators say they are nearing the end of their investigations. The Domestic Violence and Support Center Court in Accra was scheduled to hear the case today, but the investigators asked for more time to enable them to wrap up their investigations. The 47-year-old Netherlands-based businessman Ivan Shicheku Opon was arrested on the alarm of Nana Edupua for a herbalist at Oyibi in the Greater Accra region. He is accused of attempting to sacrifice his 11-year-old daughter for a money ritual. Mr. Opon has thus been provisionally charged with preparation to commit a crime with murder. Her worship Ama Aduma Kokwachi declined, thus adjourned to July 18th and retained Mr. Opon on remand. So we're going on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the business news. Stay tuned.
Ghana Talks Radio wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system which is spinning machine papa every amana ne ababegu o Ghana mu ha enti se we ye a year we ye engagement we ye wedding we ye birthday party political parties are mo ye rally some we ye sorry mo ye crusade so we bo carnival or any kind of event now we pe spinning machine papa a boa sound no mu e de dia ene me kanfo GTR sounds e de emawo ye wa live band nso a woto nsa e de frenya ye betimi ababeboa ama wudwumedi a wudie nso atimi aye kama pa. Yawo Enkran Pupuni Montemo, Anya, Aponchi Hotel, a Hopepepe, and a Yebutu, Odian said Wobefre and Pennyfor, was 0546 960510. GTR sounds, a more de Angaza.
Hello worldwide, I'm with level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. My 20 things set about Kwasem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say no artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Or you singer and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fit spit fire now. Listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and yes say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no our Play Store and the App Store. No tune in and say this what you see baba live on Facebook, Accra, any Ghana Talks Radio page and this now. Listen, I be your fire. 1 year, Wading, Jajan.
GTR News.
Okay, so welcome back from the break if you just joined our live on Ghana Talks Radio. So this is the afternoon news. Yes, this is the afternoon news. So moving to some business stories. IMF team to arrive in Ghana today. Bailout talks begin on Wednesday. A team from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, is set to arrive in Ghana today, Tuesday, July 5th, 2022, ahead of a discussion with the government of Ghana on a bailout request made to the fund. Negotiations will begin on Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. President Nana Akufo-Addo on Friday, July 1st, directed the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to commence engagement with the Bretton Woods institution on a possible economic bailout. The Minister of Information, in a statement announcing the President's directive, said the Minister for Finance Ken Ofori-Atta will be leading the negotiations with the IMF. The news has been received with mixed feelings. The government of President Akufo-Addo initially condemned the IMF on several platforms, vowing never to seek any form of support from the fund. A statement from the Minister of Finance noted that a delegation from the fund is scheduled to arrive in Accra on Tuesday, 5th July 2022, to commence in-person meetings with the government of Ghana on Wednesday, 6th July 2022. So we all should look forward for the result. Yes, IMF bailout. I really remember when the government of Akufo-Addo were like, they will never ever seek the IMF support, but now it's like you vomiting and you going back to your vomit. It's kind of awkward, yes, but we should all expect a positive result because the economic hardship is hell. So that was just by the way. Moving to our next business story. Golden Tulip Hotels not sold, leased for 12 years management. The management of Golden Tulip Hotels, the Ghana-Libyan Arab Holding Company, says the hotels have not been sold as reported in the media. It said the hotels have instead been leased to Accra Holdings, operators of Grand Lancaster chain of hotels, for 12 years. In a statement, the management explained that the previous lease, Floodwaters Hotels Group of France, indicated that it would not renew its agreement with GTR at the end of December 2021, prompting the latter to begin processes to get a new company on board. After several months of deliberation, the board settled on Anchor Holdings, operators of Grand Lancaster chain of hotels, and subsequently secured the signing of a lease arrangement or agreement with the company on May 18, 2022, pending fulfillment for pre-operating conditions, the statement said. Many media reports last week indicated that the Ghana government, which owns 60% stake in Libya, 40% stake in golden Tulip Hotels, had sold the hotels to a new investor. But GTR said golden Tulip Hotels have not been sold. Therefore, the said allegation or assertion is false. Yes, it's very false. So golden Tulip Hotel is not sold. So moving to our next business story. IMF likely to reject program with wholesale government subsidies, Prof Quartey says. Ahead of the commencement of in-person meetings between the government of Ghana and the delegation from the International Monetary Fund on Wednesday, 6 July 2022, the director of the Institute for Statistical, Social and Economic Research at the University of Ghana, Professor Peter Quartey, believes the fund will reject any program that will see government subsidizing some of its flagship programs. While government has assured Ghanaians that its negotiations with the International Monetary Fund will be in the best interest of Ghanaians, some fear flagship programs such as the free SHS as well as public sector employment will be sacrificed for the IMF bailout. So moving to some international stories now. No indication Danish mall shooting was act of terror, police. A shooting in the Copenhagen shopping mall which left 3 people dead and several wounded could not be viewed as an act of terror based on current evidence, Danish police said on Monday. A 22-year-old Danish male has been arrested and charged with manslaughter, so he will face questioning in front of a judge later on Monday. Moving to our next international story, hacker claims to have stolen 1 billion records of Chinese citizens from police. A hacker has claimed to have procured the truth of personal information from the Shanghai police on 1 billion Chinese citizens, which tech experts say, if true, would be one of the biggest data breaches in history. The anonymous internet user identified as China Dan posted on Hacker Forum Breach Forums last week, offering to sell the more than 23 terabytes of data for 10 Bitcoin, equivalent to about $200,000. That's a so huge sum of money. But I wonder why, if the personal information of Chinese are with the police, how come? How could? I know definitely there is supposed to be high security regarding people's personality or people's inquiries or people's whereabouts. So how come a hacker could get or could retrieve that kind of information and even selling it? It's kind of awkward. So I urge the Chinese government to look at that and do something about that as soon as possible. So moving to our entertainment story for the day, and we'll be closed for the day. R. Kelly sues Brooklyn Joe for putting him on suicide watch. So R. Kelly on Friday sued the Brooklyn Joe that has housed him since his racketeering and sex crimes conviction, saying it wrongly put him on suicide watch after he received a 30-year prison sentence despite knowing he was not suicidal. In a complaint filed in Brooklyn Federal Court, the 55-year-old multi-platinum R&B singer said officials at the Metropolitan Detention Center ordered the watch after his June 29 sentencing solely for punitive purposes and because he was a high-profile inmate. So, this is where we end the afternoon news idea on Ghana Talks Radio. I'll go by the name of Gina Bless. Stay tuned for the lunchtime rhythm. See you.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.